Hi, everybody. Claudia McMullen here, founder of Hugo Coffee Roasters. And as you all know, we do fundraisers every week for a specific small cash strapped volunteer based animal rescue. And today we're here with the lovely Claudia and Chelsea from First Ladies Farm in Florida. Good morning, ladies.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
So tell everybody, I know your fan base clearly knows all about you because we've done a fundraiser with you guys before, and it was our most successful fundraiser ever because you have such a huge committed fan base. And we're doing it again for 2022, for the holidays of 2022, a fundraiser for First Ladies Farm. Now tell us what is First Ladies Farm? What is it you do? What is your mission? Where are you? That kind of thing.
Are you bumping me for
Yes.
reason? She's bumping me. She founded this, and I get to talk. Good morning. We First Ladies Farm is a farm and sanctuary, small urban farm and sanctuary located right outside of Tampa, Florida, in
Mhm.
Riverview, and we are a cat rescue. So we have adoptable cats. We have a senior cat program that we call Senior Cats for Senior Laps, where we pair up senior cats and senior citizens. And we
Fantastic.
also, yeah, we help them if they're mobility challenged. We have a volunteer that'll go and pick them up and take them to the vet for their annual visit, things like that. Also, the big thing that we discovered coming out of COVID is that we have a deal that if something god awful should happen, we'll take the pet back. A lot of times we get so many calls where the families just haven't made any plans and grandma has passed away and now somebody swooped in from out of town and the neighbor calls because they've just let the cat go. So we're really trying to be proactive with that with people
Mhm.
and saying, even if you're 45, 50, 55, have a plan for your pets. And hopefully, you do that in advance and live a long life with your pets. We
That is that is
also,
that is just really such a great point,
it
right?
is, and
Like,
people
Well,
don't think of it.
COVID really drove it home. We had this in place for seniors, but then we were getting calls from 80-year-old moms whose 50-year-old sons had died.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so now we're thinking this program needs to exist, and planning needs to be done regardless of age, especially COVID
Absolutely.
really drove home that point.
Yeah.
And I've never really thought about, I shouldn't say I never thought about that. Many years ago when I was single and I had a dog, I did a will when I was in my early 30s, and I gave money to a friend to take my dog if
Yep.
something were to happen to me. But I don't have that in my current will. So it is definitely something. And I am clearly of an age where I should be considering what happens to my pets if
Yep.
something happens to me and provide for that. So that's such a great point. And in all the time I've been doing this, we haven't talked about that. So,
Yeah,
Ah,
it's a big thing for us, especially with Florida kind of being a retirement state.
right.
We find that, sons and daughters are all too willing to come in and settle the estate and take the house and the money. But literally just last 2 weeks ago, we had a son who called us and said, "I'm going to euthanize my dad's 16 and 18-year-old cats. I need to get back to California." And we said, that's you try the Humane Society because we're over full, and we had to go to our local urgent vet
oh,
for something
sorry.
That's okay.
unrelated,
No.
something unrelated that afternoon, and
Yeah.
there were the cats. They had been taken in to be euthanized for no medical reason other than the son wanted to get on the
Convenience.
plane. He
Yeah.
had sold his father's home, which I'm sure with the housing prices there, he did a nice little profit. Got on the plane and went back home and dumped the animals. So we do have the cats.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so we have
Yeah.
the 16 and 19-year-old Larry and
Penny.
Penny that
Yeah.
the son couldn't be bothered with, but we'll
Yeah.
find them. They're fine here. They're fine. Actually, yeah, they're fine here.
Now, so you guys, all right, first of all, how many cats do you have at any given time? And what's your capacity?
Our capacity is ideally right at 30 in our
Mhm.
kennels,
Mhm.
but this year everybody got cats for COVID. That was the big exciting thing, was to adopt a pet when you were stuck at home.
Right.
And a lot of those pets have been turned out on the streets, unfortunately. And a couple of large organizations here in the Tampa area let you adopt without spaying and neutering.
Oh God.
Yeah, they gave you a coupon that said when it's old enough, come back and we'll spay and neuter it for free. And there are
Nobody does. Nobody comes
No.
back.
no, there's some scary estimates that 80% of the people did not.
Oh my
So
God.
now they're no longer working from home, and we have these animals being put out that are not spayed or neutered. But
So we've got those two programs. We have a feral cat.
well, she asked our
program.
number, and right now
Yep.
we're running about 10 to 15 over our comfort zone of 30 cats. We're probably at 45 to.
And are you a combination rescue sanctuary, or
Yes, yeah,
so
that's different.
you do
Yeah.
adopt out as well as keep
Yeah.
a certain amount of your population through their natural lives,
Correct. We
like
have
like the elder cats you just got.
correct. We won't try to adopt those out. We have a couple of Manx cat syndrome cats who are mobility challenged as well as don't use a box very consistently. We have in the overhead behind us, if she came by, you would see we have a 3-legged feral cat named May.
Oh my.
Where they TNVR'd her without a leg. So, she can't live on the streets of Tampa with no leg, with one of her legs missing. So she lives up there. But
she comes up and down the ladder.
Yeah, she comes up and down the ladder. She has an automatic feeder and water up there. It's her own village.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, that cat lives in the lap of luxury compared to what life used to be like.
She's very close to letting us touch her and love on her, but not yet.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 years though, so.
So ideally, we do adopt out most of the cats that come in.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And we have a ton of kittens. I joke that we need to have a tuxedo special because we've got every time you walk in the kitten room, I'm like, oh, there's like a million tuxedos in here right now.
So she named them cummerbund, bow tie, cufflinks, spats, wingtips. All of them have very dapper names. Ascot is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Now, I'm sorry, you were talking about your program. So you have so when you say that you match elder cats with the elderly people, are you saying you're bringing the cats to an elderly person's, to like a facility, or you're adopting them out with two elderly people?
Both. We have some independent seniors who live in their own apartments still. One of our favorites, Wilma was one of our first clients that did the program, and she was 96, and she felt like it'd be selfish of her to adopt because, a cat's going to live 20 years. And we adopted a cat to Wilma. She had the cat for 2 years, passed away. Her neighbor called us and said, it's time for you to come pick up the cat, but I'll watch it till you get down here. And we called her a few days later and said, we're ready to come pick up the cat. And she said, no, I've fallen in love with it. I'm keeping Wilma's cat. So I feel like I have a part of her. That Wilma was an independent living person. Mm-hmm. Yep. But as soon as we hang up with you, we have an appointment with a lady that heads a Catholic charity here in town, a Catholic organization that has an assisted living facility. Mm-hmm. She's coming to adopt a cat for one of their senior residents. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And that will be an assisted living facility that she will live at. And the same program, she actually wants a little younger cat. And I said, my concern with that is, who's going to be responsible for the cat? And she said, I think it's a retirement home for the convents. And she said, when her owner passes or has to go to a medical dependent facility or whatever, the cat will remain in the facility as kind of the facility cat. Okay. So that's going to be more of a facility cat, but we're happy to work within whatever parameters. Mm-hmm. We're just a little obsessive about the fate and future of our adoptees.
Oh, so good. That's great.
Our vetting is a little, but that's kind of also why we have such a great following. We keep in touch. They become part of the family.
So you keep in touch with the adopters?
We do. I would say that we are in touch with and know the names of probably 80%.
Yeah, they're all in my phone.
Probably 80% of our adopters, we are on a continuous.
Yep.
Well, now I totally get why your fan base is so passionate, because your fan base are your adopters, and probably their friends and family, because they probably hear about you. but your fan base is so passionate. It's amazing. I mean, you ladies are doing the most amazing job down there. And how big is your geographic scope?
Too big.
Yeah,
We, I was very much a novice when I came into this whole rescue world, and I thought, well, we'll just do Eastern Hillsborough County, and when I've got that all fixed, I'll expand into Tampa or Northern Hillsborough. Or holy cow, what am I thinking? If I could just take care of a 1 mile radius, it would be a miracle.
right.
But we kind of try to stay in the southeastern Hillsborough County within a 30 to 40 mile radius.
Mm-hmm.
But we have certain circumstances. We have one in North Tampa right now we're working on as we speak, where a cat has been shot in the foot, and
Oh my God.
so we just won't turn something like that away. If we can help, funding is something we can handle. And
Come here, Wonder.
here comes Wonder. Wonder is probably the most popular personality on the farm right now.
Hi, Wonder. So, okay, I wanted to ask, do you also have foster? Do you have a foster system?
We do not use fosters.
Okay.
Probably should, because that's why we get so attached.
Yeah.
We are the fosters. This facility, this barn you see in the backdrop, that we have a on-site clinic. We have on-site kennels. We have on-site everything. And it's probably because I'm a control freak. I just want to know where I'm at with the process of, and also it would keep me up at night.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh my God, I have 200 kittens out there in 25 different homes that need
Oh my God. Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. If they are right here, under my nose, then I realize, okay, I've got more kittens than I have potential homes right now, and it can't ever get out of control.
And how many full-time, how many residents do you have that are staying there? Not
sanctuary, around 20, but that's hard to say, because probably 4 to 5 of those I think we could get homes for.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple of wobbly kittens right now that I really think we could probably get homes for. They're not incontinent. They're not. So it just depends. It depends.
Yeah. And that's the other thing that I should mention, is that a lot of other rescues have started calling us, because we do specialize in a couple of the Manx cat syndrome, where the Manx cats have been bred, and they are missing actually part of their vertebra.
Oh.
So they don't walk right, and they don't use the bathroom right. And so a lot of people, again, will just euthanize them or chuck them out on the street. And so we had really good, Chelsea just did tons of research and had great success with Oopsie, who was our first one. And then a rescue that's turned out to be a great partner with us down in Arkansas. Called us about Argo, who we took. They had someone drive it over from Arkansas.
Florida, yeah.
And then we've had a few others. And then the wobbly cat syndrome is something similar that people know that we've had success with that, or not even success, that we'll just, try everything that we can to give these kittens a good quality of life.
And that we have good funding.
And yeah, we have good funding. And then we have people now who, like one of our volunteers took one of our wobbly kittens because she fell in love with it while she was working here. And so it's kind of a bigger network that we have for some of these specialty cats.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, that's why I'm hedging on my number. Right now, I only have 6 resident cats who are, on my enclosed area that aren't going to be adopted out.
Okay.
But I have another 2 or 3 that are wobbly, but I think might be able to get homes if I can coach the homes up and tell them here's what is involved with a wobbly kitten.
Right.
And then on my property, I have 12 to 14 feral cats who will never, they mouse my house, they mouse my neighbor's barn, and I can't touch them. Mm-hmm. And, some of those Petey is old and beaten up and, a little ugly and one eye's missing.
The neighbor called and said, there's this terrible looking cat that's over
super
here.
sick. Can you come trap it and help it? I was like,
Oh, that's just Katie.
She sent a picture. We're like, he actually looks really good.
I was like, I was offended. I was like, are you kidding me? It's taken me 6 months to make him look that good.
That's
He looks
awesome.
great. Stop calling him ugly.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
But he's blind in one eye, and the other eye's all clouded over. And
Yeah, he's old.
He's
a
like
million
10 or
years
11-year-old feral cat that he won't come anywhere near me. He hates me. That's all right.
He lives under the porch and he comes out and suns himself all day. And then he knows the minute the can opens to come inside and eat the food. And so,
But you know,
he's
that's a
fine.
street cat that never would have been around humans. And he was living behind a motor shop of some sort, a mechanical shop of some sort. And he was so crusted over with scabies and
Oh.
mange.
Oh no.
And he had no fur on his body. His face was just a huge scab. His feet were just scabs. So I was pretty proud of the fact that he had fur. And here's my neighbor saying, this cat's half dead. I'm like, no, he's alive.
Are you kidding? That cat has been resurrected.
Yeah.
My neighbors are great. I mean,
Yeah.
I have an 8-acre horse farm on one side, and they're happy to have the help in their feed storage.
Sure.
And then I have a family with 3 little kids on the other side who hates cats until now.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So their favorite cat's a cat that's addicted to methamphetamines.
Well, not anymore.
He overdosed. They
Well,
brought
No
it.
way. No way. Seriously?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
His
name's
head's on
Noodle.
crooked. Family brought him into the urgent vet, dropped him off, saying he got into ant poison. And when they ran the toxicology, it was methamphetamines.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he's a big striped cat and his head goes
His
sideways.
head is completely
But-
on sideways.
But he's awesome.
And we couldn't adopt him out. The reason he lives here is
Because he looks like that.
not
No,
just
no.
that, but
Everybody wanted him.
neurologically,
Really?
he's a beautiful cat, and we actually adopted him out. But neurologically, I can be holding him and he's perfectly loving, and a motorcycle or something loud goes by, and he will latch onto my arm and bite and rip my arm to shreds because he's just completely terrified.
Oh,
So-
poor baby.
Yeah, he can't help it. He's neurological. That's why
Yeah. Oh
he's
my
not
God.
really addicted to methamphetamines, but he's
Wait,
got.
I mean, honestly, ladies, the stories you have, I mean, I could talk to you for days about your cat population and the stories you have of running First Lady's Farm, but we're going to get cut off this live stream. If
All
we
right,
don't.
let's go.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk quickly about, okay, I wanted to remind your passionate fan base that you got your fundraiser in the summer of 2021 remains the top earner fundraiser of all the fundraisers.
Yay.
One came close, and that was Frankie and Andy's place, which is a place for elder dogs in Georgia. But the cat fan base is passionate, and we want to do it again because coffee, mugs, hats, all that stuff make terrific Christmas gifts. And I know there's not a cat on the bag, and I'm sorry about that. There will be someday a cat brand that I'm going to come up with. I know that's my dog. I'm sorry if I had
That's
a
my
cat.
brew.
Well, it's mine too. I'm drinking it right now, as a matter of
Me
fact.
too.
Anyway, so to remind everybody, we donate $2.50 for every item sold on the website during the course of our week-long online fundraiser, and it began Monday morning. And you're already doing great, but we need to do better. But you're doing great. And then it ends at midnight on Sunday. And the reason we're doing this live stream early this time instead of Thursday or Friday is because the holidays are coming, and we want to get those orders fulfilled and in the mailbox by the weekend. Ideally, so that people get the gifts, get the coffee, get the whatever they buy in time for Christmas. So this is the call to action for us to tell all those passionate coffee lovers, even if they don't drink coffee, get a mug or get a hat, get whatever. And also, I wanted to ask, say we kill it like we did you kill it like you did last time, and you raise like $1,000. What impact would $1,000 have on First Lady's Farm? What would you do with the money?
Huge. We've kind of earmarked this money for, you asked what our territory was. We went and picked up a little cat called, that we named Pirate Ann Bonnie Clam Dip. It's a big name. And we lost her. She did not make it through an eye enucleation. surgery, and it was pretty heartbreaking for me.
Everybody loved her.
Everybody
She
loved
was
her.
tiny,
She
like
was
Whistle.
about this age, and we had to try to do surgery, even though she was too young.
Oh.
And but we didn't have a choice. And when I went to pick that kitten up, it's out of our geographical area, but
Mhm.
there were eyes everywhere as I drove onto that dark night street. And obviously, that community needs some help. And I'd
Mm.
like to earmark this money to go to Mulberry, Florida, to that community, which happens to be the community my aunt lived in before she died. And I know this is a historical problem going back to her living there.
Mhm.
And I'd like to just earmark this money specifically for that Mulberry community of cats and Pirate and Bonnie Clam Dip's family.
And they want
Oh.
help. People,
They
the
want
neighbors were great. They're all like, if we can take a lot of these cats back, they can live here. They just don't have the resources to get them spayed and neutered, up to date on vaccines, things like that. So we can just send in the troops. We'll take all our traps. We'll get over there, make it a couple week project, and just pull cats out, get them spayed and neutered. The cats that can go back to specific families will go back.
And this is a big project. We're talking probably a 200 to 300 cat.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay.
I'm guessing. So at
Okay.
$25 a cat to spay and neuter at our best price, then this is a huge project. We need to sell a lot of coffee. We need to sell a lot of mugs. We need to sell a lot of tumblers.
Yes. Yes, indeed, Claudia and Chelsea. Now, you guys, that is that's a wonderful, wonderful project. I mean, I love the clarity around what it is exactly you want to do with the funds. You want to help the cat population in Mulberry, Florida. And you want to spay and neuter and vaccinate.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. So let's spread the word. We have like 5 days left. So let's spread the word. Let's buy, sell, and let's help Mulberry, Florida. Let's help spay and neuter that cat population.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I can't wait to talk to you guys or reach out to you on Monday and let you know what we did, how well we did, because I'm sure we're going to do great. And in the meantime, you have a fantastic weekend and a wonderful holiday season, and we'll chat with you next week.
All right.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Can I just say really quick how much we appreciate you and Beth and everyone in your company. You're so generous and kind, and we love your coffee.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, we love what we do. Like, this is why we get up in the morning, is to help lovely, amazing people like you doing all the work, the real hard work of animal welfare. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Thanks, Claudia.
Thank you. Bye, ladies.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.